what it is.
We back
like I don't know where I'm going with that.
It's your boy, man, Caviarr Go, and I'm here with
EZ, aka the nephew, aka Dark Kratos. You know what it is.
Hey, and it's your boy. I gotta say my AKAs because I ain't did my AKAs, but keep the peacemaker, aka Jon Snow, because you already snow that. You feel me?
You already snow.
But if you didn't know, this is the Geeked Up Podcast, man, and we got a lot going on. We've been dropping YouTube videos that you can see, but this will be available on Spotify, on YouTube, on Anchor, on Podbean, wherever you want to find it. We are, you know what I mean? But as you can see with my guest, he only coming on when we talking about that real nerd shit. You feel me?
You got to show them that the Hood Connoisseurs is really geeks too.
Yeah. We well versed in this shit. But today we talking about the long-awaited, finally released, burning up the box office,
the Batman.
You feel me? It's about to get real, man. A lot of conversations going on. This movie is pretty polarizing right now.
This movie might have changed geek culture for the year. I'm not gonna lie.
Ooh, that's a hot take.
I'm not gonna lie.
For the year, for sure. For the year, sure.
Not forever, but for the year.
For the year, yeah, they got the year on lock. The box office is 600 million worldwide, 300 million domestically in the States. So it's official. But first off, before we get into the movie, I gotta ask you, what were you a fan? Were you not a fan? What do you give it? Just rate it real quick.
All right, so. People, my friends are going to watch this. They're going to be mad at me because I told them, fresh out the movie theater, I was like, bruh, this movie's a 10. This movie got to be a 10. But I feel like the more I sit back, the more I think about it, I'm like, there's a lot of stuff in here that I'm just like, I don't know.
Not a fan of necessarily?
Not necessarily a fan, but the movie entirely, I give it like a 7.5.
7.5? Ooh, that's a tough rating. Nah, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to give it probably... Because I, such a film nerd, I'm looking at it from the perspective of all the homages it pays to actual scary movies. Shout out Hereditary, A24. Got the Online Ceramics shirt on right now. Online Ceramics / A24.
For y'all that don't do that scary movie
shameless
stuff,
plug. Send us some shit.
For y'all that don't do that scary movie demon stuff, just know I got the cross on for y'all right now.
I keep God by me, but we living devilish out here. But look, so overall, I'm gonna rate it at 8.5. Only I would rate it higher, but there was not a lot of Bruce Wayne in it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It was a lot of Batman. Right. It was early Bruce Wayne. It's like, but I feel like it sets the foundation.
It is the Batman though.
Yeah, true. You feel me? And also I think the movie is given a lot of I think it took a lot of story beats from The Long Halloween. Have you seen The Long Halloween?
I haven't seen The Long Halloween.
Bro, you got to watch The Long Halloween on HBO Max right now. You know what I mean? It's fire, bro. But I think, yeah, for sure from Long Halloween and also some of the WB series, you know what I mean? Because it was it was raining throughout the whole movie.
Yeah, it was.
Like, you never seen Gotham City rain.
Yeah, pretty much the whole movie, but it added that gloomy feel that it needed.
For sure. But let's get into the movie, So before we start, one more time, I'm sorry for the multiple starts.
Go ahead.
But I gotta say, we gotta give a shout out to the cast in this. Robert Pattinson,
Zoey Kravitz
came a long way from Twilight. You know what I mean?
He did. I'm not gonna lie.
And the director Matt Reeves, he also made two of the 3 Planet of the Apes movies.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, War and Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. He made Cloverfield and 10 Cloverfield Lane. Well, he was a part of, producing both of those films. But yeah, the Planet of the Apes movies, those are on his back. And he chose Robert Pattinson from this movie called it's called Good Times. It's called Good Times. It's an A24 movie as well. And it reminds me of this movie because throughout the whole movie, it's like a fast pace. Like he's literally, moving from one spot to the next. And that's what the Batman is. It's like a detective movie, but there's a lot. It's like he's on go the whole time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
he's definitely prepared for anything anybody has to at him.
For sure. But yeah, Robert Pattinson, Zoey Kravitz, Queen Zoe.
Yeah. Oh my, bruh.
How you feel about Zoey Kravitz, bro?
Well, Zoey Kravitz.
Are you a fan?
Fan is an understatement. All right, let's just say that.
Man's drooling right now.
Zoey Kravitz. Just remember, I'm taking your last name. All right.
Whoa. Man said he's taking Zoey Kravitz. I ain't mad at you though. Like, I ain't mad at you. Taking her last name, I'll still give you a pass.
You got, bro. It's Zoe, bro.
Yeah,
Come
for
on
sure.
now.
For sure.
There's not many people that get that the opportunity, bro. It's not like she's some random person on the street.
Yeah, it's Zoey Kravitz.
It's Zoey Kravitz,
it's the
bro.
GOAT. You know what I mean? But then we also have Colin Farrell, almost unrecognizable as the Penguin.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. His
kind of stole the show.
His Penguin performance, embodied Gotham.
Yeah, and honestly, it wasn't too much. It was kind of like, you know, it was kind of like a subtle performance. It was kind of low key, if you ask me. But he was outlandish. The moments he was on the screen, he was like super outlandish. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he killed the Penguin. He killed the Penguin role. Like,
oh yeah, for sure.
I don't think right now, as of where we are, I can't think of nobody better to play the Penguin.
And yeah, and I feel like the cast, the way they chose the cast, it's like everyone seems so grounded in their role. Like this Gotham was like the most realistic, surprisingly. Like
it was.
Dark Knight was realistic, but this was the most realistic in my opinion. Also, Jeffrey Wright playing James Gordon. See, people don't know. I'm gonna give y'all a deep cut. Jeffrey Wright played Martin Luther King in a movie back in like 2008. If you want to go watch it, it's pretty damn legendary. You know what I mean?
Hey, I gotta say, James Gordon, realest cop ever, bruh. Surrounded by, you know. I'm just wait. We're gonna get into it.
Yeah, for sure. Then we had John Turturro. I think that's how you say his name. He played Falcone. I'm sure you've seen him in a lot of movies, but
probably did, but I don't know him by name.
Yeah, for sure. He's a legend. He was in Spike Lee's Do the Right Thing. He's a legendary actor. You know what I mean? But let's get into the plot of this damn movie. You know,
into the movie.
So let's go. I ain't gonna lie. It kind of begins like a horror movie in the first 10 minutes. There's also another movie called Seven. Too young, you gotta watch it. You know what I mean? I be giving you these recommendations. You gotta.
I'm not gonna lie, y'all definitely gonna see him educating me a little bit in this spot. Just like you know, I'm part of the young geeks. Yeah. I'm here for y'all, bro.
Seven stars Brad Pitt and what's my old Morgan Freeman? Sorry, legendary
Morgan
Freeman. Sorry about that, sir. We're gonna have to put in that. What's in the box?
Fans forgot Morgan. I mean?
But that it stars two detectives, you know what I mean, who are basically trying to solve a case that actually ties into their life much deeper than we expect. And that's pretty much what this Batman movie is, you know what I mean? This is year 2 of Bruce Wayne's Batman time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they let you know his like when we first actually get a clear look of him when he's stepping out the shadows. You know, all of the Gotham City criminals are afraid. You know what I mean? We get to see his underdeveloped costume, even though it looked dope.
It did look dope,
but it looked like a soldier costume. You know?
It looked like he was just beginning his Batman. Like he was perfecting his Batman suit. It was like the process. You know, you got to have trial and error.
Yeah.
To get to the perfection that we know
for sure
Batman to be.
For sure. And honestly, because when people have said that they don't like this film, I always say, like when they compare it to The Dark Knight, I always say you got to compare it to The Batman Begins, because this is the first, you know, this is a whole restart. We're back in the beginning again.
Yeah.
His origin story must be different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Compared to what it was before.
Facts.
So it's like, you know, which we're probably going to get because it's about to reach $1 billion. When we do get sequels, we know we'll get a further along Batman, you know what I mean, with a lot more experience, probably a lot more basically like unique gadgets and shit. But I'm not gonna lie, his gadgets that he had were pretty.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, they were early Batman gadgets.
Yeah, for sure.
But they worked. They were fire.
Yeah, they were fire as fuck. That electricity shit, like it was brutal and quick and kind of like, okay, that's like regular, but it still was like, damn. You know what I mean?
Facts. I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean.
Also, in that scene where you know those thugs are about to initiate the young goon,
and they about to beat up the little dude, the dude that was walking in the subway.
Yeah, for sure. And also, I just want to say the guy that was about to get initiated, he plays a character on Gotham, the TV series. So I don't know if that's like a tie-in or whatever they're trying to do. Oh, he plays like Robin, I think, on the Gotham TV series. You know what I mean? So I don't know if that's a tie-in or what, but you know, there's definitely some homages there. But what do you think of the Joker face paint?
All right, so I already know. I know people gonna be like, bro, what are you thinking? But it was like, I mean, I understand what they were going for. Like, it was a dingy Joker that was like, it was probably in Arkham for however long. But it's like, when I seen him, first thing
I'm talking about in the earlier scene, because they were wearing. See, that's a spoiler, but I mean,
my bad.
It's gonna be told. You know what I mean? It don't matter. But I'm talking about the scene where Batman gets into his first brawl with all those people with the face. They were wearing Joker face paint.
Dang, white. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even think about.
Yeah, white with black paint.
That's true. That's wild.
That's why
I didn't even think about that.
Even when I saw the trailers of the film, the first trailers, I was like, is Joker going to be the main villain again already?
That's crazy, because like when I saw the trailers, I remember thinking that might be a Joker squad too.
Yeah. But
when I seen the movie, I don't know why it just slipped my mind.
Yeah, for sure. But I wonder if like at that point, Joker was probably one of the first people he fought, because, you know, spoiler alert, towards the end of the film, we see him in Arkham, you know, for a quick cameo, which we'll discuss later, you know. But
not bad for jumping.
Nah, we all good. So from there, we're into Batman's life. Now we jump directly into the Riddler's life, but in a rough way. There's basically a politician, you know, who has some dirty dealings. You can tell. Yeah. All politicians do. Yeah, pretty much. And Riddler pulls up in the cut.
In his house,
beats the man with I don't know, what was it, paperweight or something?
I don't know if it was something. It was
something brutal. And
dude,
murked him,
smacked him.
And I also want to say, what do you think about the Riddler's first? Like, even though he's not in his costume as much as it would seem like in the trailer, were you a fan of the tape and like the goggles?
Like, you talking about his costume?
Yeah, his actual costume.
You know, I think it was raw, because they made it to where Riddler wasn't some extraterrestrial being. Like, he's human too.
Yeah, for sure.
So obviously human isn't going to be walking around everywhere wearing a mask, a leather mask and goggles.
Yeah.
Like, he wears glasses.
It's definitely way more realistic. Even his origin story is, you know what I mean? It's pretty,
his origin.
It hits home, because there's some scenes towards the end that's like, damn, man, this type of shit happens in real life. Like,
it does.
You know what I mean? Right now. So from there, Riddler murks the politician, and then we're introduced to Commissioner Gordon, and Batman is instantly on the scene in front of the police. Like, this Batman is not necessarily hiding all the time. He's in the shadows, but people know he's there. He's not a myth. He's there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they definitely know he's there. That man is not. They might look at him like something more. Yeah. Because of the way that whole first scene went. Like, they seen the symbol. You seen it
for sure.
Like, when they seen the symbol, turn around, shadows. Dang, Batman might be there. Got to stop what I'm doing.
Yeah. But it seemed like the police definitely looked at him like a crazy person wearing a costume who should be in Arkham.
Yeah, I see. Okay. So they
were afraid of him though.
They definitely looked at him like a crazy person, but at the same time, I think they relied on him for order.
Yeah, for sure, because he seemed to be the last result for cases like that. Like, it seemed like the Riddler had probably already had a couple bodies at that point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Of at least a few, you know what I mean? So we get to the crime scene, and Batman, what? Who, me? I don't never like looking at the camera, bro. We can edit this, bro. It's not that bad. So, all right, hold on. I got to remember where I start, because this motherfucker want to tell me to look at the camera. Where the fuck was
you? Get in the camera, Jack. No, just
Batman's first fight scene. Thugs. Okay, so Batman hits the crime scene. You know what I mean? And honestly, there's riddles there, left there, all type of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it seems like him and Commissioner Gordon are kind of working together, which is another thing. It's like he's not even Commissioner Gordon yet. He's like Detective Gordon at this point.
Yeah.
He hasn't even reached Commissioner level.
Yeah, this is like you can tell this is the early part of Batman for everybody.
Well, yeah,
like everybody's going through their
early phase, in their careers, in their development as villains or heroes. Because Catwoman is not necessarily a hero. You know what I mean?
Catwoman is Catwoman.
Yeah. All right, oh, there you go. There you go. Wow.
I'm just saying, bro.
So once we leave the crime scene, we are introduced to the Batcave, which, I mean, when I saw it, I wrote down Batcave was legendary because it looked dope and like cartoony. But now that I think about it, it's not that it's not that. It's just like a warehouse.
Yeah, but at the same time, I see where you were going with that whole legendary statement because it did. It looked like an actual cave.
Yeah, it looked like a
or
real
what it
cave.
was.
Oh yeah, it was a real cave.
It was like they made it look really gritty.
Yeah, it had that gritty ass look. Like I think I might have seen a couple bats fly out. You know what I mean? It looked dope. So from there, Batman goes to look for answers, and he heads to the club. Because we also
got to point out that he has to. If we want to talk about him heading to the club, we got to talk about him heading to the club as Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, well, that was second time around, which I really think is symbolism because he went to the club first time as Batman.
Oh,
Remember
you're right.
He beat up the twins.
Yeah,
those twins got their ass beat the whole time.
Smacked.
But basically, evidence from the crime scene leads Batman to go to one of the clubs owned by the Falcone and the Penguin. And actually, the politician who died, I believe he had like part ownership in the club, right? And I think that was where Batman saw the pictures of the girl who had got beat up by the politician.
No, that's not where he's seen. No, he's seen the pictures in the investigation. Where after Riddler killed the dude, and he was going there for answers because the picture was them leaving that club.
Yeah, for sure. So Batman basically knew that club had answers there. So he breaks in the club. This dope ass fight scene. That was a dope fight scene.
That was a dope. Okay, so we got to talk. I'm sorry, but we got to talk about how the Batman fighting. Like, I'm happy they didn't make Batman untouchable like they do in every other Batman. Like, he was getting beat up. They were like, bro, this is a dude that's fighting other humans. So he's not just going snack on everybody. Like, obviously, we know Batman is like master martial artist, but you got to be realistic. If you're fighting 20, 30 people, you're gonna take some blows.
Very true. And I also think that the environment, the way it looked, the cinematography was the best of of even the Dark Knight and the Dark Knight Rises. Like the club scene and everything just has such a dark vibe. Like, I think the main goal for Matt Reeves in this movie was to show that Gotham was very deeply like messed up. You know what I mean? It's been like criminal crime. I mean, that's always a main factor in most Batman stories, but crime seemed like it was a factor. Like, there wasn't that many good people in this movie. You know what I mean? Like, besides Batman, who was kind of like an asshole to Alfred. I just want to point out.
You're not my father.
Yeah.
Like,
who said you're Wayne? Like, yo, Batman was a little bit of a spoiled brat in this one, but it makes sense because we're so early in his, his parents must have just died probably like 6 years ago when he's taking this mantle, like, within the last 6-7 years, because this Batman's probably like 20 something. You know what I mean?
Probably. Yeah.
So, I mean, probably his early 20s.
But you got to think Batman's parents died when he was a child.
He was a kid. He was
like a kid.
So probably like 12 years. But I mean, as far as him being an adult and being able to do something about it, it seemed like he was really young in that aspect. You know what I mean? So he goes in the club, beats the shit out of everybody, goes through a little struggle, but he beats the shit out of everybody, and then he looks for answers from Penguin. Right? Is that who he looks for answers from?
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. And of course, we get the first look at Colin Farrell, and Colin Farrell's unrecognizable. The prosthetics. I hope he gets an Oscar nomination or something for his role as the Penguin.
His role, him playing the Penguin, like he was a gritty character. Mm-hmm. He wasn't like he was a gangster lord. Yeah. Like that's what he was.
He was a mob boss.
He wasn't the Batman villain. He was the kingpin of DC. That's what he was, literally.
Sure. And he honestly, even at that point, that's why I like they don't make each villain. It's like it's their come up story. Because I mean, we are getting the Penguin series on HBO Max after this. You know what I mean?
That's gonna be fire.
Yeah, gonna be fire. But he was the underling to Falcone, so he was like the muscle, but he wasn't even technically the boss, like the main boss. You know what I mean? But from that scene, we are introduced to Zoey
Selena Kyle.
Zoey Kravitz, a.k.a. Selena Kyle, a.k.a. Catwoman, a.k.a. Tedadad.
Meow. All right.
She walks in. Hair. She got her hair, like, she's looking real retro. Nice little wig on.
Her wig on.
You know what I mean?
Got her makeup done.
And you could tell she has a little turmoil going on. You good?
I'm sorry.
Are you good?
Having visions, bro. I'm sorry.
Zoey Kravitz, man. If you happen to be single with your 35-year-old self, give my little nephew a call.
Cougar.
Well, look, man. Look. Let's get back into it. So, from there, Zoey Kravitz kind of scopes out Batman. Batman scopes her out. Batman knows he got that little bad sense. He's like, nah, she's on some bullshit. She knows more than she's telling. Come to find out, Zoey Kravitz's best friend got her ass beat by said politician.
Yeah.
And Zoey Kravitz finally picks up her Catwoman moniker to go and rob the people who beat her ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she's trying to get him out of there. She's trying to get him to a better living space.
Yeah, a better living space. And she also knows that it's a matter of time. I don't think she knows how deep it is because she leaves the friend there.
Yeah, she does.
But it's a matter of time before her friend. I don't know if it was her girlfriend. Was it her girlfriend?
I couldn't tell.
They didn't really make it clear.
Like they didn't. It could have been her girlfriend, little sister, friend, close friend, or something that she was just comforting, or something. It could have been anything.
It was a matter of time before she got iced.
Shout out, Brad. We got to talk about how, because we didn't see Bruce Wayne a lot, so we got to talk about how we did see Bruce Wayne. He followed her on. Like, this might be creepy.
No, this was ultimate. I was gonna say that ultimate creep, Bruce Wayne.
Followed her on his motorcycle, then washed her from another rooftop.
Get
undressed, then dressed as Catwoman.
He watched it all in the era of the Me Too movement. No one's saying anything about that. I just want to keep going. But, so yeah, he does follow her and he foils her plan. I don't know why. I think I don't know why.
If you really think about it, he didn't really foil much. I mean, he got
in the way.
Like, he got in the way, but at the end of the day,
he didn't really stop her from robbing.
She's still left with a whole bag of money.
Yeah, for sure.
And it also gave her the answer of where her friend was.
Yeah.
In the trunk of Penguin's goon's car.
Yeah. But so they have this exchange, Batman and Catwoman, and shit is getting feisty. They got a lot of chemistry, man. Robert Pattinson, Zoey Kravitz, y'all did y'all thing, man.
They got a lot of chemistry on screen, but at the same time, I feel like it was too much chemistry too soon. Like, I feel like,
but that's kind of the story of Batman. This is why I say they pay like respect to all of the Batman movies, because I believe in the Michael Keaton Batman. That's like Catwoman. I think that was the one. Either Michael Keaton or George Clooney. Catwoman, who was played by Michelle Pfeiffer, was very like, her and Bruce Wayne had a ultimate. Like, it was just like from the beginning a spark, you know what I mean? So I feel like that's always been a part of their story, because they end up together in the comics and
on multiple different occasions.
You know what I mean?
Like,
so I feel like that was just kind of like, okay, we're gonna fast forward you through the bullshit, because we already know.
I understand.
You know what I mean? Which is why they didn't show the parents being killed and shit like that. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I'm happy they skipped through like all the stuff that we've seen a million times and done over and over.
And we got to see Catwoman, throw some hands with Batman, and she kind of got hands. I'm not gonna lie.
She do got hands, but Batman put them paws. I'm sorry, just saying. Batman is Batman. He's a superior fighter. I'm sorry.
It was like they was in between fighting and, like, you know what I'm saying, mating. Since we're talking animals, cats and bats.
Bat and the cat, like you said.
For sure. But yeah, I wrote in my notes, Zoey Kravitz, good Lord, in that Catwoman suit, because, oh my God, bro. Oh my God. All right, we need to stop.
I'm not gonna lie. Zoey Kravitz needs to not be the topic of conversation right now.
For sure. We got to get past her. But so Zoey Kravitz, her and Batman decide, like, let's go back to the spot, talk to your girl or your friend, whoever this may be, and let's figure out where's this corruption coming from Gotham, and which will lead to the Riddler's case being solved. And when they get back, the place is tore up. She's not there, right? She's gone, right?
Yeah, this is after their first rooftop meeting. Fight.
And is that where they find the audio of they beat the security guy and find the audio of her being killed, or is that after?
No, they don't find the audio. I don't remember them finding the audio of the friend being killed. I thought
on the phone, remember? And he was like, "So do you know Falcone was the one who did it? Her dad, Selena Kyle's dad."
Yeah,
but that's a part of the story too, as well. That's also a part of the Batman lore. But they find. I don't know if it's right there or after or later on.
It might be after. It might be a little bit later.
But so basically, from there, shit is all fucked up. She's missing. You know what I mean? And then he goes back to the club, right?
Does he go back to the club right there? I don't remember if it was right there. I think what happens after they find out that she was taken, he goes back to the cave and gets her like a little lens camera.
Oh yeah,
remember?
Yeah. So for her to go back in and spy.
Yeah.
Fuck it, we're gonna go out of order.
Yeah,
okay?
I'm not gonna lie.
From here on, we're going out of order. I just want y'all to know.
It's our conversation.
Yeah. So I mean, throughout all of this, I really want to touch on a couple different scenes because we don't have to give them the full spoiler review, but I do want to touch on a couple different scenes specifically, which we'll end up talking about every part of this movie.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Riddler's public displays of violence that he shows on multiple occasions.
Bro, dude with the cage, the rats.
Yeah,
that was
brutal.
Bro. That was wild.
Yeah, that's some Saw shit. That's some shit off of Saw.
That was crazy.
You know what I mean? But also the part where he kidnaps Peter Skarsgård, who plays the other politician, who
the guy that does Zoey almost like that. Zoey takes out of the club.
Yes.
To like discuss on what's going on.
Well, the whole funeral scene is just fucking dope. Let's just say that. Bro, you know what I mean? That's one of the few scenes we get to see Batman in without costume. That's Bruce Wayne, and he's fucking he don't know how to talk.
Yeah, I'm happy they did that though. They made him scarred.
Yeah, he's definitely scarred. He's in the early.
He's hurting still.
He's not the charismatic Bruce Wayne we know.
This is vengeance, Batman.
Yeah, this is not justice.
He's not here to make things right. He's here to get revenge for what happened to his life, who made it wrong for him.
For sure. But that scene, I honestly think like that's the most memorable scene of the movie to me.
Yeah, because, definitely,
bro. It's like this is when you learn like, okay, Riddler is playing on a different level than Batman at this point. Like at this point, to me, Riddler was smarter. You know what I mean? Everything he orchestrated all the way into the end, he goes in my top 3 villains.
Top 3?
Top 3 villains of Batman movies.
Okay, that's crazy.
You know who my one is? Like,
obviously, everybody's number one. Everybody's number one.
But yeah, he goes in my top 3 because, bro, he was amazing.
He was. Yeah.
Paul Dano, bro.
He was. I'm not gonna lie.
But let's talk about that funeral scene.
That funeral scene. Okay, first before we get to the whole Riddler sending in that whole car and other stuff, we gotta talk about how the Riddler already had followers at this point. Like, because if you remember, Bruce Wayne was walking through the crowd. A random dude reaches out, grabs Bruce Wayne, and I don't remember what he says, but he says something.
Yeah.
But later on, when Batman shows up, you see that same dude on that podium.
Yeah, they definitely make it clear that Riddler has followers, and that's like another realistic thing. Like, it doesn't matter what a person does. There will always be someone in this era, in our time, there will always be someone who supported, negative or positive. A person could really be just straight psychopath.
Yeah.
But because there's so much discourse in American society specifically, like, it's always going to be someone who agrees with that at the moment because they can't find another way. And it seems like Riddler, like after the first news live broadcast he did where he was exposing people, and that's like anonymous.
Yeah. That's a crazy.
It's like anonymous.
That's a crazy relation.
A much violent turn.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Anonymous is just hacking.
Yeah. So
this man taking lives.
Funerals going on. Who's the funeral for? Oh, it's for the politician.
Yeah, the politician.
Beginning.
I think he was the mayor. He was the mayor, right?
Yeah, he was the mayor. He was the mayor of Gotham. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. People were probably hecking mad like, he's the mayor.
He's definitely the mayor. You know what I mean? So they're having the funeral for the mayor, and we got the new mayor candidate, black woman, by the way. Shout out to her.
Yes, sir.
She was there.
Yes, sir.
Everybody. Bruce Wayne stepped out. The Penguin. Everybody's there. Bruce Wayne has a conversation with Falcone, who. You want to say? Oh, do you remember what happened with Falcone and Bruce's dad? He kind of hinted to the fact that he actually says at the funeral, like, your dad is the one who saved me.
I was gonna say
he shot.
He saved him when he was shot, and then but Falcone, you also got to remember Falcone is gangster.
Yeah, he's the gangster.
Yeah,
of
he's
Gotham
like
at the time.
He's Penguin and Falcone. That's who it is.
Yeah,
that's like top gangsters of Gotham.
But I think Falcone's the head boss.
Yeah,
he's the head.
Yeah, of course,
you know
definitely.
I mean? Yeah,
like man's
Gotham is in his lap. You can tell
this man's Falcone is walking around in sunglasses with a cigar.
Yeah,
like,
he's chilling.
Chilling. He's the
I mean?
gangster.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, he references to Bruce that he knew his dad, and his dad basically saved him when he was shot. Another thing, story be stolen from the Long Halloween. You know what I mean? But not stolen, but respectfully.
Yeah,
but
I know what you mean.
So the celebration is going on, real sad vibes, but we know something is not right. Then we hear the silence. Bruce spots the kid in the middle of the aisle, and the SUV.
That was the mayor's son, by the way.
Yeah, the mayor's son. The SUV comes through. That was
smacks through the front door.
Through the front door. Of the whole funeral
almost runs over everybody almost smacks everybody. And then
runs into the stage. You know what I mean?
Runs into the stage right next to his casket.
Yeah. And the other politician, Peter Skarsgård's politician, he hops out of the vehicle with a bomb around his neck.
Bomb around his neck. The mouth tape, phone, getting the phone call on his hand. Phone tape to his hand.
Yep. And who was the call from?
The Riddler.
It was from the Riddler. And what did the Riddler have to say?
The Riddler, he was like, yo. He was doing this Riddler stuff, bro.
Yeah.
He was like, yo, this dude right here. Let me tell you why this dude is a dark pillar in Gotham.
Yep.
All right. And then so he gave him the riddles. He gave him some simple riddles. The first two, easy riddles. Batman was right there, He was like,
I can't think of the riddles off the back, but I do feel like they were really dope.
Yeah, no, they were definitely dope.
They were really good riddles this time.
The first two riddles, he gave him 3 riddles. He made him he asked him 3 things. The first 2 riddles were related, but they weren't. He wasn't asking him a direct question.
Yeah.
But the last riddle, he was like,
he was asking the actual politician.
He was like,
who would you?
Gil. Yeah, he was like, who did you do something for? Who forced you to do something dark? I can't remember off the top of my head.
He took money. He took money to get somebody killed, pretty much, right?
Probably.
I think so.
Those lines. It's like something super messed up. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, something super corrupt.
Yeah, but the dude, he was more scared of what the person would do to him if he said his name.
Family would do to him.
What would happen to him more than his own death right there. He couldn't say it.
Yeah.
And that, I'm not gonna lie, after that I was like, I don't know where Batman's going from here.
Yeah. Like he gets blown up.
Let me talk about that for a second. No, before we go ahead. Why so we're just gonna accept the fact that, like we just said, Batman's suit isn't perfected, but this man is gonna grab somebody with a bomb around the neck by the collar and then blow up and fly across the screen.
Yeah.
Get up like nothing happened.
I feel like the suit wasn't perfected, but I do feel like it was made of some type of metal.
This man had Pack-a-Punch Kevlar.
Yeah, for sure. And also let's also discuss the scene where he tries to fly for the because that's the police station scene, right?
Yeah,
that was probably one of the better scenes to me. I'm
not gonna lie.
The whole argument.
We definitely got a couple chuckles in my mind.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because that's for a movie that's not funny at all. That scene was pretty damn funny when they were talking. He was like, Commissioner Gordon was like, well, not Commissioner yet, but Detective Gordon was like,
they were having their little sidebar conversation. He was like, he told him, he was like, punch me in the face. Yeah, like, and so you can
act like we're angry at each other.
Act like you need to act. We have to pretend like this is an argument going back and forth.
Too.
Yeah,
we gonna put that punch somewhere.
Man hit the ground. No, bro.
And then that I always love when it's one person, whether it's a zombie movie, wherever, when it's one person in a crowded room running from 50 other motherfuckers.
Yeah,
and it's
I know what you mean.
It's like, if you get caught at any stop, you can't stop. You better hit every turn you can. You know what I mean?
that man Gordon got hit with the finish him.
Facts.
But
Batman definitely he gets out and we get to see his first time of him trying to fly with the glider wings. But you could tell that was definitely the first prototype.
Yeah, that was the first time. That was the first time he did it. That was the first time he did it. But him running into what was it? The bridge that he ran into?
Oh my God! How did he survive that too? He survived that with no
Batman,
problem.
Bro, this Batman, something about this Batman. I don't know what's in this Batman's food, his drink, something. But Alfred over there cooking some super meals for this man. This man ran into the bridge
for sure,
directly to the floor.
Survived.
Got up. Kept going.
Limped off.
Kept going.
He did a little limp though. I'm not gonna lie.
I know, but he got
funny to see Batman limp.
But the thing is, he got away from how many cops?
Yeah, I
After
really
just
think it's
falling?
because that suit has to be like a completely bulletproof, like mesh metal type suit for him to be able to survive half the shit that he did. He got shot like 18 times through the whole movie.
This man got shot point blank with a shotgun.
Yeah, he got shot point blank with a sniper too.
He did get shot point blank with a sniper.
Yeah, he was surviving.
But he didn't react to the sniper.
Yeah, he didn't react.
But
to
the shotgun
like
pushed him back.
Yeah, for sure. But that's also another scene we're going to touch on too. You know what I mean? That. But I want to talk about the Riddler a little bit, man.
The Riddler.
What do you think about the Riddler, bro?
The Riddler. I'm not gonna lie. The Riddler in whole.
His plan.
His presentation as a villain is up there with the Joker.
Yeah,
it is. Because, bro, when you find out the backstory, when Batman goes to that orphanage, and then the slideshow plays, you see the Riddler staring at Bruce Wayne from however far away. It was like you think you're superior to me type of thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, bro,
and
that.
In all honesty, we have to point out Jim Carrey was the last person to play the Riddler in a Batman film, so very cartoony, very very unrealistic.
But you can call me the Riddler.
That this version, although very grounded, he had out of all the Batman villains, even more except Bane. Bane had the most broad plan. You know what I mean, for Gotham.
Yeah. Well,
but
other than Joker,
this flood, maybe. No, I think this flood was bigger than the boat thing.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like the flood was damn near it. Like you bet. Like we're not talking about
the flood almost ended Gotham.
Yes. Like even at the end of the movie, Batman says Gotham falls into a dark time after this. So it makes the sequel.
It does.
Even whatever.
It sets up. It's like, yo, we fell into a dark time. So, it sets up like, okay, we're up and coming, but there's something that was in this dark time that was created that's probably going to be darker than
Batman,
anything that we've dealt with.
Because, we thought we knew Riddler's plan was to expose the corruption, but which would have made him a little less of a villain. It was because once we learned his backstory that he was an orphan from the Wayne that was getting sponsored by the Wayne Foundation, which was cut off when Bruce Wayne's father died. And Batman, Bruce Wayne didn't fucking uphold it because he was like sulking over his parents.
If I'm not wrong, I think it was his mom married in Arkham.
No, his mom was.
No, his mom was the Arkham.
Yeah,
and then his dad married.
His dad was
married. So we can obviously
he's from two rich ass families.
He's from the two families that ran Gotham.
He literally has privilege like a motherfucker, man.
Bro.
I'm glad they didn't shy away from the fact that he was just a rich boy who didn't know shit. Catwoman said it a few times, like you just think you know what's going on, like you just out here beating niggas up at nighttime, even though she didn't know he was Bruce Wayne. But she actually did say, by the way you answered this question, I can tell you're rich. That's what she said.
Yeah,
those are exact words. You know what I mean?
And Bruce, not Bruce. Batman was definitely moving like he just he didn't care. Like he was
he didn't care.
I can pay for this if I want to.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he didn't. He was definitely wasting shit.
He was like when I go back to my Bruce Wayne persona, this is gonna get fixed with my money,
regardless.
So it doesn't matter if Batman breaks it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if Batman breaks this.
Bruce will
Wayne,
fix it.
And he's like, I have Alfred at the house who's gonna know everything that's going on. I'm going to be informed anyways.
For sure.
So it's like. And we also got to talk about how Alfred almost died.
Yeah. Well, that's a part of Riddler's plan. I mean, that's why, because if we're talking all the things that Riddler called, that
was his last riddle. You're right.
You know what I mean?
Bruce Wayne going after Bruce Wayne.
That wasn't the last riddle though. That seemed like the last riddle. That's what I'm saying. That seemed like his main plan was like, oh, let's kill Bruce. So you find out he wanted to flood the fucking city. That was his main plan.
Oh yeah, okay. His last kill, his last main kill was his last target kill.
His last target kill on screen that we know.
It was going to be Bruce Wayne.
Hella people.
Of course, the flood killed. It's a flood.
Yeah,
we flooded the whole city.
The whole city. You know what I mean?
That was, of course, probably a mass murder type thing.
For sure. Which leads to another part of his plan. The reason he flooded the city was to lead most of the Gotham civilians into the dome, into the arena to be shot.
Yeah. By his followers,
which were like, how do we? Proud Boys, terrorists.
They were militia.
Yeah, that's militia. Whatever you want to call them. They were like those dudes now who can't get a girl to talk to them, and then now they want to shoot up a school. Those guys. It was literally those guys. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
And also, we got to keep in mind, was the Riddler the king of Reddit? Like,
bro.
He had a whole Reddit page.
But in Gotham, he was running social media.
Bro, the crazy thing is, this is the craziest shit for one of those pages. This is why it makes so much sense. You could tell Matt Reeves, the director, put a lot of time on this shit because his Reddit following was probably like 300 people.
Yeah.
But like 80 people showed up to literally follow through with that plan.
Yeah.
And also we got to talk about the message thread, the wild message thread. Like, that's some dark web shit. Like, oh, well, shotguns are the best for this ammo. Like, what the fuck? They're literally planning a mass.
He was telling everybody, he was like, bro, just know. He didn't tell everybody when. He was like, bro, something's about to go down.
Yeah, for sure.
Just know.
And he was waiting on them. He was like, be prepared. I think some of them kind of knew the plan to an extent, or the date of this specific instance. You know what I mean?
But it seemed like up until the flood, of course, it seemed like he cared about the civilians of Gotham, but not the riches of Gotham.
Yeah.
Like, he cared for like the lower class people of Gotham, like low class, middle class people of Gotham. But high class Gotham, at first, he was just like, yo, y'all are corrupt. Y'all are ruining the city.
Yeah, for sure.
Making it, you guys, on the surface, it looks like y'all are making it better. But under all this, what are y'all doing?
His words were, I'm going to cleanse the city.
Yeah.
With water. Like, God damn it. That's Noah's Ark. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. And the crazy thing is we also got to touch on the fact that Riddler, he believed that Batman would understand him and be on his side. This is another thing that happened in Jim Carrey's version of Riddler, where he thought that Batman would understand his motive because they share some similarities, which they do.
Yeah.
Orphan.
Yeah,
child.
They do have a lot of similarities.
One born rich, one born poor.
They had a lot of the same situation going. They just had two different routes of life.
Yeah, for sure. And I have to ask you this because I said orphan children. It's not like Riddler knew, or did he? Because I feel like, that scene where Riddler reveals his final, well, he doesn't really reveal it, which makes him great too, but he gives him a final riddle where Batman finds out about the flood. He's like, Bruce Wayne. He says his name like 10 times.
He tells everybody, he's like, my final biggest fish to kill.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm coming for you specifically.
So do you think he knew Batman was Bruce or not? Because
I think
it's going around that people saying he didn't know, and he was literally just letting him know that he's mad he didn't get Bruce Wayne as his final victim.
All right, me personally, I believe that he knew Batman was Bruce Wayne. Like, because I
feel like that too, honestly.
Because I feel like there's no way that he knew all those, like, all the tie-ins. Like, he told Batman his entire backstory, knowing that Batman was going to be the one to go look at it.
Arkham, and also we have to touch on the fact that he also exposed that Batman's. See, this is another reason why I love this, because they didn't make the Wayne family this fucking noble ass family. Like in the old one, they say the fucking Waynes goddamn fucking helped Harriet Tubman on the Underground Railroad.
The Waynes was over there.
They actually said in Christopher Nolan's movie that he helped slaves get to freedom. That's what the old Waynes did. You can look at, like, that's what they did in the old Christopher Nolan film. So in this one, there was corruption.
In the old movies, they made it seem like the Waynes are the reason Jesus got resurrected.
Yeah,
like,
for sure. Even though I don't know if the Riddler knew for sure if he was exposing Bruce Wayne's history to him. Like, I don't know if he knew that Bruce Wayne didn't know that. I think he felt Bruce Wayne knew, and he was just a part of this. But I don't think he knew he was Batman, right? So that being said, when Batman is exposed to the fact that, oh, your mother was mentally insane.
Yeah.
She's the last name Arkham Asylum. You're in Arkham. First off, that's something they've never done in the movies, right? Then it also makes me feel that would make Batman question his sanity to an extent. Of course, first off, your parents are corrupt. Your father's corrupt. He basically inadvertently put a hit out on somebody. That's what we find out.
Yeah.
Inadvertently, but then again, maybe not, because, he's rich, politician, got to crack one egg to make a fucking omelet. You know what I mean? But do you think that made Batman question his sanity when he found out, oh, my mother was actually in Arkham and she was mentally ill?
I don't think it questioned his sanity, right? Mm-hmm. So I think
you are running around in a fucking Batman costume in the middle of the night and you're rich as fuck.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we already know something's wrong with Batman.
Yeah.
All right, let's just say that now. But I don't think he was so much as questioning his sanity more than questioning himself on whether him going through with being Batman was worth it.
Was worth it, yeah.
Like, I think it was more of, it was like he was like, have I been doing this for no reason? Were my parents killed for a purpose, like a higher purpose than what I thought it to be when I was younger? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like
Sure.
he's getting those answers as he's going along, and he's giving out all these whoopings to these people, and
True.
he's like,
what am I doing it for?
I'm over here getting beat up, taking explosions to the face, when my parents that what. That was wild. That is the yo.
All right, everyone, chill.
No, but look. So look, let me ask you this. I got another major question to you. We have to acknowledge the Lamar Odom of this movie, the sixth man, that guy, the legendary, held the team together, the Batmobile, bro. We have to discuss the Batmobile. That
okay.
scene.
This is like the most realistic Batmobile that I've ever seen. Like I feel like
but it's so realistic, it's fire though.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's fire. Like the way they did the Batmobile, like I feel like I can go out and get one. I mean, obviously I can't.
I don't
ain't
feel
no
like
millionaire.
I can get one, but I feel like I would be in Vegas and see somebody with one.
Somebody
you know what I mean?
like, bruh, why does your car have grappling hooks?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro, the way, see, this is another good thing because I feel like it might have been a stick shift, but the way, because first off, when we're first introduced to it, of course, Penguin's about to get away. Batman revs up the engine. Flames come out the side of it, right?
Yeah.
It's like on some real heavy metal Devil May Cry shit.
Yeah.
Right? It's a beast of a car, first off. That's the main thing to the Batmobile. We need it to be a beast, you know what I mean? And then the muscle in it. That shit was like a muscle car.
I'm not gonna lie. You also got to acknowledge this man's driving skills, bro. This man, Penguin was turning over trucks, smacking cars. Like, bro, this man blew up what was that? A whole truck,
a big rig, yeah.
And then Batman says, jumped over it.
Sure. I was gonna question his driving skills though, because he did stall the car out. That's why, like, I don't know if you noticed when he first revved the engine up, it like cut off, and that's when Penguin took off.
I think that was just a heat of the moment thing, though.
Like a car overheated, maybe. Honestly,
he was like, no, not even overheated. I think it was like. Yo, I'm trying to catch this dude. He's trying to get away. If I don't get away, I'm not getting my answers.
Yeah, for sure.
So like he wasn't focused on what he was doing. Like if okay, let's think about it like this. If cops had stick shifts and they was chasing down people, how many times do you think they install out before they actually catch them?
You gotta have bars on that stick shift.
Exactly. Like it's like you might have he definitely had bars,
Pause.
but
All right, everyone, chill.
he was definitely a good driver. All right. He was a good driver, but it was an intense moment, and driving the stick shift ain't easy, bro.
Yeah, for
sure. Not gonna lie.
And then we also got lastly, before we talk, we get into a couple questions. I gotta ask you about your opinion on some specific things. That final scene where the mass shooting almost happens, which is damn near disturbing, bro.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie, that is.
Like, just to think about it, you know what I mean? Just the idea of it and everything that's been happening in the country so far. But that last scene where Batman is getting his ass handed to him.
He is. I'm not gonna lie.
He almost died.
No, it's because in this moment you can tell Batman always feels the need to go it alone.
Yeah, for sure. Catwoman could have helped you.
He was going in fighting how many gunmen? Like, we don't even know how many gunmen were actually there. There was heck of them
with high caliber weapons.
Snipers, shotguns. They probably had pistols, all types of stuff. Bro. Machine guns. Yeah. Like all these people over here just he's like, yo, I'm finna go in and smack everybody. And you know you're 2 years in.
And I also want to say, on a poetic side of the movie ending, that the final act we see is not Batman whooping ass. It's Batman helping people. He's like a first responder. He's helping people from that, they're stuck under that under like that. I don't know what it is, but it was
like something that fell a part of the stage.
Yeah.
But okay, I'm sorry. Water. I'm sorry to go back in time just a little bit, because we have to mention. So Batman is fighting all these people. He gets shotgun to the back first, shotgun to the back, right? So he
Are you upset? Is this where?
No, okay. This part, it did upset me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. He's hanging off the roof of the stadium, right?
Yeah.
About to get shot, right? Catwoman comes in and saves him, right? keep in mind, she didn't knock out the dude. She basically pushed him over, right?
Yeah.
Pulls Batman back up to like safety. They start making out. Like, for what?
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah.
Why did they start making out right there?
You didn't have to do it yet. You could have saved it to the sequel.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? There was already enough chemistry. But I ain't gonna lie, if Zoe Kravitz saved me from building, and I'm in a bat suit, and I just got shot in the chest, I'm gonna do more than make out right there.
All right, but look.
The whole rest of that crowd would have saw a display. That's all I'm saying.
That's what it is.
You know what I mean? Gotham City. But
then okay, so dude gets up, right? Dude gets up, starts beating the mess out of Catwoman.
Mm-hmm.
But as we know, Batman is just getting mollywopped. He was getting handled.
He's out.
Mans pulls out. He reaches in his pocket, but down by his leg, and pulls out a steroid. Stabs himself in the leg. Right?
Oh, Batman, yeah.
Yeah, Batman pulls out a steroid, stabs himself in the leg.
Goes
What
straight.
was that? Was that Venom? Like,
it was like rage mode he went into, huh?
yeah, but that steroid.
I think that was adrenaline.
It's green. It's like the Venom that Bane takes. That's what it looked like to me.
I don't think it was Venom. I think it was probably some Bruce Wayne concoction. They never do explain it. It could have been adrenaline, though.
Yeah, it could have been adrenaline, but
like a high power, because he is Bruce Wayne. He's a millionaire. He got something. You know what I'm saying? Well, he's a billionaire.
But like
you know what I mean?
that, the thing is, the hint that makes is like that is a drug, and whether it be adrenaline or Venom, either one.
Yeah.
But it's like, yo, this looks so similar to the drug that Bane got addicted to.
It does
and
look like it.
Like he used to beat up, beat up everyone.
And he went
like,
to his little rage mode right there.
Like Bane. This is a direct hint to Bane, like directly.
Yeah, I feel like it could be a direct hint to Bane now that you say it, because I always wonder. It seems so out of place that he threw that in there.
Yeah, because like first of all, we don't know where he got it from.
Yeah,
we don't know if he made it where where it came from. Yeah. And then we have to think about, like, this man got up, pure rage mode, literally almost killed the dude. And the thing is, the statement that would have made, that would have been like the ultimate thing to do, because Batman doesn't kill. Mm-hmm. That's how we know Batman. Batman doesn't kill. True. So he was about to kill that man.
But doesn't Gordon kill him? Gordon comes and shoots him right towards the end.
I don't that same
who's killing Catwoman, right?
No,
or Batman is the only one who.
No, Batman is the only person, because they're the only two that are up there. He gets up and he's just like boom, punching him in the face nonstop with adrenaline
Batman,
going.
I don't know, he might have a body or two.
So like,
I'm not gonna lie.
If like even Catwoman is sitting there in shock. She's like she doesn't know what to do. But then she reaches in and pulls him off.
Yeah.
Then like after this man is almost dead.
True.
Like
Batman,
like this man is like.
Well, I don't think that Batman's reached that point yet.
This
but
man
now we know from that point on, he will probably be like, okay. Well, of course he says he's justice, and we see that he's a different. He's grown as a character. But I think that moment is gone. Like, it passed. You know what I mean? It was a moment. Because he was only on year 2.
He punched that man down to like 2 HP, bro. Like that man was a flick away from death.
For sure. All he had to do was fall on one spike. It was over.
it was like, bro,
one green turtle.
It was like, bro, Batman almost hit the darkest turn we've ever seen in Batman history.
But then, shortly after, like I said, poetic, it leads to the light. I mean, it stops raining. The flood is over. The sun comes out. Batman stands upon the crowd and all the debris, and he's pulling people out, helping people and shit.
Okay, another Easter egg right here. The first kid that he goes out to pull out, that's the mayor's son. But he lifts him up. The way he lifts him up, he kind of like cradles him, right? That's how he carries Robin.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I had a feeling he would be like they people been saying that, because that's the same kid at the funeral, right?
Yeah.
People been saying that that's supposed to be Robin. One of those are supposed to be Robin. Him or the boy who was the gang initiator.
Okay.
Because I think he plays Robin on Gotham. You know.
Yeah. Okay. I understand that.
So one of those two.
That.
But okay, I got a couple questions to ask you. Are you ready? So
hold on. I'm sorry. I almost forgot one last detail. One last detail. When we see Batman and Catwoman separating ways, right? Final kiss, have a conversation. We find out where she's going. And what's that place called? Hold on, give me just a second. It's called Bloodhaven, right? Bloodhaven. She's on her way to Bloodhaven. You know what Bloodhaven is?
What is Bloodhaven?
Bloodhaven is in the future, right? Like, that's the city that Nightwing goes when he separates himself from Batman.
Oh shit!
Nightwing goes there to protect Bloodhaven. Like, that's his Gotham.
That becomes a city.
You know who else is there? Clayface. You know what? Solomon Grundy, the dead zombie dude.
Yeah.
Like that could turn into like one of the darkest series.
Versions, yeah.
And if they choose to continue on with this, bro, that could be a crazy
It
continuation.
could be a whole nother world.
That could be fire.
It's such a, with all the DCEU shit and everything is so murky with Batman and with DC Comics movies and shit. But after this, I mean, it's about to hit a bill. They're gonna start greenlighting shit for this.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
They in like behind the scenes, they might have already pretty much greenlighted it, but like to the public, I don't think they're gonna do it until his bill. Like it's like a reward in a way. You know what I mean?
And also, lastly, we can touch on this quickly because it's not the highlight of the film. We get a cameo of the Joker in Arkham Asylum.
We do get a cameo of the Joker. Now,
played by, I can't remember the name of the actor, but all I know is if he happened to play that role, even though Matt Reeves says it probably won't be any Joker in the next couple movies, if he happened to play that role, I trust him with that role. But what do you think of that Joker cameo? Like, what did you feel about
that Joker cameo? Okay, the Joker's speaking to the Riddler. That was a good thing. Like he was telling him like, "Yo, you messed up. Look at me. You know me." Like he was like, from my voice, like you can tell Riddler knew who Joker was. Like he was familiar of what the Joker did. He was like, "Yo, I failed, but I'm not done." Like he's like, and you can get back out there, cause all this terror. Like me and you, we can do this together.
Like partnership type
like,
shit. That's how it ended.
And then okay, so look, this they're like, this is like a little hint that happened after the movie that we find out like that it was like a leak dropped or something like that. I don't remember. I don't know where it came from, but it was a note from the Riddler saying that him and his new friend, right, out to terrorize Gotham.
Yeah.
That's what it dropped.
Let's
it's
not
like,
do that though.
Please,
I'm just saying, do not give us Joker.
No, definitely not in the next movie. Definitely not in the next movie. I'm sorry. So like this is something that would be something that has to happen if they go this far. Fourth movie, like something like that.
Okay, so speaking of that, we're gonna talk about our ideal versions of a sequel for this film, and I'm gonna give you mine. Fresh after the flood, Gotham in turmoil.
All right.
Court of Owls.
Okay.
But Court of Owls being mascotted by who do you think would be great when it comes to a flood in water? Mr. Freeze. Bringing a modern version of Mr. Freeze. No Arnold Schwarzenegger.
All right, everyone. Chill.
Who would I have play Mr. Freeze? Josh Brolin, who played Thanos, would be nice. Just came off the tip.
That would be crazy.
Let me think of who else would be. James McAvoy, who played the crazy guy in Split. He would be great.
He would be raw. That would be a fire one. I'm not gonna lie.
You know what I mean?
Because the dark element that he brought to Split in the movie, like itself.
Mel Gibson can be Freeze. Gerard Butler, Freeze. Give us a Mr. Freeze movie, man. Just give us a Mr. Freeze.
Give us a Freeze.
Hey, with the flood, you can literally tie it in. I don't know how, because it's going to be a leap, because from science to now I'm a nigga that can control cold. You know what I mean?
Control cold. Temperature manipulation.
Make that happen. You want to keep that dark Gotham environment, that ambiance. Get us a Mr. Freeze, Court of Owls, Batman movie, Caviarr, co-signed. What about yours, bro?
All right, so I'm gonna piggyback off your Court of Owls, right? But see, me, I'm not looking for Mr. Freeze. If you, all right, I'm gonna take it to the comics real quick. If you look at the Court of Owls comics, right? The Court of Owls are like they're a cult, literally, of like assassins, like who bring back people from the dead, literally. Like that's what they do. Yeah. They bring back people from the dead and
I don't know if they'll go into the
I don't think they're gonna do bring them back from the dead. But like the Court of Owls are a bunch of people, like they're a darkness that have run Gotham from the shadows for like years, like millions of years, like not literally millions, but for heck long, right? And as we know, the Court of Owls, like in the comics, Court of Owls are who organized Batman's parents' death. They killed a bunch of other millionaires
for sure, and
they have all these people like posterized. And in the comics, this is what would make it super fire to me. In the comics, the Court of Owls bases are all under Wayne properties. Yeah, true. Like under their feet.
Oh yeah, and don't they destroy some? Like, in the comics, doesn't something like that happen where he has to? Like they destroy some of his like the Wayne Manor and stuff like that.
They destroy a lot of stuff in the comics. So Just throw that out there. They destroy a bunch of stuff in the comics. Like their goal is to kill Batman and Bruce Wayne because they know who Batman is. They know Batman's Bruce Wayne.
Yep.
Because like when I say they're under any like Wayne
they're the
Arkham
leaders.
base,
They run it.
Like they're under the Batcave. Yeah. They're under Arkham. All this other stuff. I think
it would be nice to see Talon.
Talon?
Yes, which is the head assassin of the Court of Owls, who's literally he's badass. You know I think like what villain would stand for the Court of Owls for you?
I think the thing is, I think the Court of Owls needs to stand alone by itself.
You think it could be
because
think it should go to a darker Batman?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like because that would lead to because I want them to obviously they will have to have somebody in their pocket, right?
Yeah.
Somebody who knows about them but works for them, or somebody who's in there and then they put out into the world to tell their story, like not tell their story, but to have some power, some political power, some money, and all that type of stuff, right? But it will have to be that person who's like, all right, bro, like they introduce the Court of Owls at the end. Bruce Wayne is like, you find out like Bruce Wayne is working side by side with this one person, right? Mm-hmm. Who's like rich, poetic power, all this type of political power, all this type of stuff, right? And then he runs into the Court of Owls, and we know the Court of Owls ain't just one assassin. It's a cult of people who are trained assassins who like they're raw, like they're savages, right? Mm-hmm. And then just have this one person walk out and be like, "You did all this." Like while he's in the Batman costume, right? Have him be in the Batman costume, and then the dude walks out. He's like, Bruce, like calls him Bruce Wayne. He's like, you know where this goes from here. I told
have a whole script for this.
I'm just saying, I do. I really been, bro. I'm sorry. I've been thinking about this for
look. You getting too detailed for your Batman.
I'm just saying.
I mean, Two-Face 2 would also be a new iteration of Two-Face would be good. But
that would be.
Okay, so I got a couple more questions.
Go ahead.
Okay?
Yep.
So, the best, who acted the best in the film? Who do you give? Who played their character the best?
Who played their character the best?
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie. For me, it might have to be either Penguin or Gordon.
You know what's crazy?
What?
No, go ahead. Give why? What's your reason?
Because I was gonna say like Penguin, like I said earlier on, like I'm going to keep saying this. Penguin embodied Gotham. What Gotham is about. The dark side of Gotham is Penguin. Like that's what he was. He was like, yo, I'm here to take over Gotham. I'm here to run Gotham.
Yeah,
for me in my own way. This city, I'm about to run it in a way that makes me better.
Yeah,
that's what Penguin was there for, and that's how I felt. I was like, bruh. And Penguin knew in that whole car chase. Penguin knew he was like, I don't have the answers they're looking for, but I'm gonna let him chase me anyways. Like, for sure, he really did.
But he kind of did though, because he was the rat. He ratted out, like he was the one who ratted out Falcone. He was been praying on his downfall.
Yeah, but
trying to get caught by Batman.
I was gonna say it was just because he wanted the power though.
Yeah, for sure.
It wasn't like, yo, I'm finna tell on Falcone just because I want him to
be the Samaritan.
Yeah, like I want him to go to jail. I want him to be a better place. Who?
Falcone, bro.
Falcone,
bro.
Even though he almost got smacked by his daughter.
Nah, as an actor, I'm saying his acting was literally, bro.
It was fire,
bro. He was the most subtle. You feared him. You never seen him do much.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. In that one scene,
he was an OG.
In that one scene where she had the cameras in and she was talking to him, it just looked like she was like kind of like more timid, like she was timid about like talking to him in front of him. You know what I mean? Like she didn't know he was her dad.
No, she knew. She been known.
No, she didn't know until the end.
Knows through the whole movie that's her dad, bro.
I could have swore she didn't know until the end.
No, she knows through the whole movie that's her dad, bro.
Is it that he doesn't know that that's her daughter?
Yes, he doesn't know.
My bad. Yeah, my bad. Got it mixed up.
She knows. You know what I'm saying?
Got it mixed up. My fault.
Okay, so then I'm gonna give you one more. Okay.
Yep.
Best Catwoman.
Like I said, weakness.
You gonna give it to Zoe? See, this
is
why he's a youngin',
I'm not gonna lie.
This is why he's a youngin'.
I'm just
Halle
saying.
Berry.
No. I was gonna say I'm actually gonna give it to Halle Berry. I'm just saying. I'm sorry.
Even though Halle Berry's Catwoman movie is the worst iteration of Catwoman in cinema history, that movie was a literal Halle Berry commercial. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay.
I don't watch Halle Berry walk in funny ways for an hour and a half. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I'm being realistic. I do give it to Halle Berry. I'm not just saying that because you said it. I'm not.
Okay.
But I'm sorry.
Zoe
is
bad,
like she's my bro. She's been my
his era.
Bro, she's been my celebrity crush since Dope the movie.
But you know who I'm gonna give it to me personally, Michelle Pfeiffer, because if you haven't seen the classic Batman movie, 1991, whatever year it came out, bro, she actually dies. A cat breathes in her mouth, and she now is returned as Catwoman with powers and 9 lives. Okay, so that's there wild. Is the best Catwoman.
That's crazy.
Geeked Up Podcast, Hood Connoisseur Network, Caviarr the Great, Caviarr Gold. I'm here with
Easy,
and we out this bitch, y'all. Peace.